There's that 1% of people on the internet that actually think this looks like a PS4 game, which is very unfortunate that people really got that mindset.
There were animations that I've seen, in Miles Morales and in Spider-Man 1. Now, I don't know if, they did this on purpose and they didn't want to show the new web swinging animations.
I don't think that everything has to be the prettiest, hugest step up of all time in order to be good. I would really prefer that Marvel's Spider-Man does kind of what Miles and actually the Spider-Man remastered game did.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Spider-Man 2 is PlayStation's baby this year, pretty much the only thing PlayStation has this year, to be honest. Xbox, I don't think they haven't shown off yet, I think that's coming up soon, but PlayStation, Spider-Man, what else do they really have? I don't see anything on the radar, and Spider-Man 2 doesn't look anything really great to me, to be honest. It looks like it might be a decent game if you really love the Spider-Man story. But as far as upgrades graphically, I'm not seeing anything crazy. As far as animation changes, I'm not seeing anything crazy. And that's what these people that are holding on to the thought that, oh, maybe they didn't show off some of the web animations for Spider-Man 2 yet. Maybe they're holding back animations. Yeah, right, they're holding back animations from the PlayStation Showcase. Yeah, right. I'm sure they just can't show off the new web system they have built for Spider-Man 2. Spoiler, it doesn't exist. I'm willing to make this prediction just because of how confident I am, and also just because they came out with the wingsuit. Now, this is what you have to understand about the wingsuit. The fact that they showed off the wingsuit means they probably didn't work on the web system as much. They realized that if they just go ahead and add the wingsuit into this game, it's almost like a little bit of a cover-up or fix of the web system. And I'm not saying necessarily the web system in Spider-Man 2018 or Miles Morales were necessarily bad. They need a revamp. I've been playing the remastered version on PC quite a bit just to, go back and feel how it really is. It's really just, autopilot. There's no real interactivity with the web system in the game. It feels pretty smooth, but it gets very boring in a short amount of time. It's just the fact that as a player, you have zero control over it. You hold down R2, and after like an hour or two of web swinging, it just gets so unbearably boring to even try to finish the story or do anything else. This is just how I think. 5 years after Spider-Man 2, 5 years, and we're not even going to get a revamp of the web system. They're covering it up with a wingsuit. There was a unique slingshot move they showed off that was pretty cool, but besides that, you can tell the system is exactly the same as it was. The way they would sell this game to me is if they had more interactivity in the open world, and they actually had a new advanced web swinging system. Then I would look at this game and say, okay, this is definitely worth it if you have a PS5. This is definitely a step up. But what I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing a slight graphical step up, nothing crazy from PS4 to PS5. This is a PS5 only game, and graphically so far, I'm not seeing anything crazy like people would probably expect. I'm looking at this game and I'm saying, wow, if you have a PS5, you have nothing else to buy, and this game isn't really too much of a step up unless you're really looking forward to the story, which personally I am not. And that's really what they're pushing with this game is the story. Venom, Lizard, whoever else the other hunter guy is, that's what they're pushing. That's what they were talking about at the Summer Games Fest. The map is 2 times bigger. Again, I don't think a bigger map is bad. I just think developers nowadays make a bigger map and then they do nothing else in the world. Like, I know for this game, they're going to have the map 2 times bigger supposedly than the first, but they're going to have probably not any increase in the interactivity in the open world. I guarantee you this is going to have the same amount, maybe a little bit better of interactivity in the open world as Spider-Man 1 did. And Spider-Man 1, I mean, it was okay. There's fighting crimes every now and then. There's collecting backpacks. But besides that, there's not too much to really do. I will admit the new Venom combat looks pretty cool, but for me, that's not really enough. When you look at the other things that they're neglecting here, open world's probably going to be neglected but big, just how every other game is coming out now. Same web swinging, they just throw a wingsuit in there to make it better. I just don't like that. I don't like that, the fact that they're focusing too much on the story and making the map big and not really making anything else better that I can see. I could get proved wrong here when the game comes out, but I highly doubt that they would not have showed any of these features I'm talking about, any new web animations, anything new like that, in this marketing campaign. I mean, I would have a very hard time to believe they're just holding that off for the game to come out. I think I just have to keep reminding you guys, this game is 5 years after the first Spider-Man 2018. 2023 it is already. This game is coming out 5 years after, and they're going to use the same web swinging animations and system of just holding down R2 and really nothing else you have to do. It just makes the game so boring when you really just keep clicking R2, press X, nosedive a little bit. There's just no point for me to buy another game, or even buy, I don't have a PS5. There's no point for someone to buy a PS5 just for this game, in my opinion. I think that's pretty much the situation we're in. If you have a PS5, I think you either really want it, or even if you don't really want it, I think you kind of have to buy it. I mean, you don't have to, but I mean, this is a PS5 exclusive, sorry. How are you not going to buy it? This is what you bought the PS5 for. And that's why I think it's a bit of a letdown. Like I said, if you don't have a PS5, I don't think anyone is stressing out here that they don't have a PS5 and they can't get Spider-Man 2. I mean, it just doesn't look that much of an increase to me. The web suit actually really reminds me of the grappling hook from the original Dying Light, just because the grappling hook in Dying Light was so OP once you got it. I feel like that's what this wingsuit is going to be in Spider-Man 2. I mean, they could level it out to where the wingsuit isn't that overpowered and you still have to swing, but I see it as to where the wingsuit, you're probably going to be able to use it really whenever you really want. I feel like web swinging once you get the wingsuit is just going to be pretty insignificant to even do. There would be no point if the wingsuit is faster and the web swinging is the same system as the first game. There's just no point to even do it. I did actually hear that the web swinging is supposed to be faster, but again, that doesn't really change anything or fix what I thought the problem was with the first game. I thought the problem was with the first game, after a couple hours of swinging, that shit got really annoying and tedious and repetitive. I did not want to continue to even play the game after a couple hours. It's literally just R2, L3, R2, R2X, L3, R2, R2. Like, it's just the same thing over and over. And you don't even have to aim. That's the difference from a grappling hook as well. You don't even have to aim the webs. So it feels like it's doing all the work for you. It really is. They should have never added the wingsuit. They should have made the map a bit bigger, but not 2 times, maybe 1.25 or 1.5. And they should have advanced the web system. That's what everyone wants. Everyone wants the advanced web system, at least that's what I want. They could have made it to where you kind of have to aim a little bit to web, where you can double web on a building on your left and right, so you're double webbing and flying through. They could have done so much, and then they just decided to throw this wingsuit over the top of everything and a new story, and we're good. Maybe I'm overreacting, but let me know what you think about Spider-Man 2. And I'll probably do an update after it comes out just to see if I was right and how people really think about it, and just get all the thoughts afterward, of course.